They're like, well, we're demanding accountability, but you're not great.
Oh, it's our fault now. He's trying to say with that black fillers, it's our fault that inflation is out of control and that we're not, that the pedophiles
So
ain't
am I. That
arrested.
you're endlessly complaining about things you don't know anything about. Like, that's all you do. Since Dan Bongino left his
You want to
position
punch him,
at the
huh?
FBI,
That's the
more
right
Epstein
reaction.
files have come to light. And 9 men who are or once were part of Trump's administration have taken up major airtime in the Epstein documents.
What, Nick?
And if we know anything about Dan
Bongino,
Bongino,
buongiorno.
he's going to keep the
Fuck this
heat
mother
on
trucker,
regarding the
little
Epstein
girl
files.
bitch.
Right?
No, that was
need to
too
keep
much.
the heat on this case, folks.
Delete that.
There are a lot of people who are knee-deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about
Bongino's balls
serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing.
Yeah,
They were
Dan,
doing
you're
things
right.
they shouldn't have
All
been
these
doing.
guys were doing things they shouldn't have been doing.
God
so
damn
there's
it.
no doubt in my mind that that's the first thing Dan wanted to drill into as he spoke with the FBI director, right? That is the first thing you brought up, isn't it, Dan?
Let's get right to it. There was another episode up north of trans violence. You know, when you and I were over there at the FBI, they had not specifically produced a good, deep analytical product on what is in this outbreak of trans violence we've seen, whether it's in Minnesota or Nashville.
Trans violence? In the wake of the biggest revelation of a black male human trafficking sex ring, Dan Bongino wants to talk with the FBI director about trans violence. Okay, maybe he's just spitting on his hands here. Maybe this is just the warm-up to the big swing into the Epstein files where he asked Kash Patel about how the arrests are going with all these billionaire pedophiles.
Also on another related topic, Antifa. The prior FBI director and the prior president, Biden, and even Obama had played down the Antifa threat. There's a reason a lot of these politicized, weaponized bureaucrats tried to avoid talking about Antifa as an organized group of threat actors.
Antifa. There's this long list of very rich, very powerful, well-connected billionaires who fund politicians, and they all appear to be doing dark, evil stuff with children, and you want to talk about trans violence and Antifa.
What a monster.
Can you at least find out how the FBI director is working toward protecting our Second Amendment rights?
You cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of protest that you want. It's that simple. You don't have that right to break the law and incite violence.
You do see what's happening here, right? These 2 DEI hires in the Trump administration are working hard to pretend and get you to believe that they're working for Americans when they're actually working against Americans. You'd think they were sitting there trying to convince everybody through their silence that Epstein didn't traffic children to anybody else. It was just Epstein. Oh, wait a minute. What's this?
You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
Now, what we did learn in this 18-minute attempt to hide the biggest scandal in American history is that Dan and Kash are pretty good at sucking each other off on a live broadcast.
Dan, we miss you, and congratulations on the relaunch of your epic show. America needs it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, buddy. It was great to work there. I was really proud of the work we put together in the past year.
Dan, you're talking about 4 top 10 arrests in 1 year, but as soon as you left, I had to add 2 more. So now we're up to 6. You know, I couldn't let it stand at 4. So in 1 calendar year, we arrested 6 of the FBI's
I wanted
most
that one
fugitives
bad.
in the world.
You know what I'm talking about. I was busting my ass on that one, but you know, I was like, You know, so but hey, good job. Once I saw it on the news, I was proud of you and the guys.
No, you laid and you gotta let you know those 6 go to you. You laid the groundwork for it. You work quietly behind the scenes.
Dan's like, oh, geez, buddy, you shouldn't have.
Groundwork for it. You work quietly behind the scenes. I'm just telling you, Dan, I'm glad to be back, and I just want to let your audience know this historic year, obviously not possible without President Trump, but definitely not possible without you as a deputy director. We missed you, and we're glad you're back on the air, though, and we'll look forward to coming back soon.
And then, in the face of dropping the Epstein files like a bad habit, Cash says,
this FBI comes in, addresses the 4 years of failure and weaponization of law enforcement, reprioritizes to go after the espionage actors, to go after the terrorists, to go after the narco traffickers, to go after the murderers, to go after the child rapists and the human traffickers. And we are up double digits, if not triple digits, on every single one of those categories.
Yeah, go after child rapists and human traffickers, except for the ones found in the Epstein files. Right, Cash? But hey, everything's a level 10 decision when it comes to the FBI.
Quickest way to improve vision.
This is the quickest way to improve vision without drops, surgeries, or injections, even if you have AMD, cataracts, or glaucoma.
Did you hear Oxford discovered vision problems are 100% reversible? For real? What about stuff like cataracts and macular degeneration?
Yep. Floaters,